Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of my underrated perk series. Today, I'm going to be covering Dragon's Grip. So Dragon's Grip, it's a bit of a weird perk. Let's go over it. So it has like 3 timers. When you kick a gen, nothing really happens. But when you kick a gen for 30 seconds, if a survivor touches that gen, they'll be exposed for 1 minute. And if they don't, it'll go on cooldown for 80 seconds, which is a super long time. So, this is a lot, right? It only lasts 30 seconds. It applies exposed, but that being a survivor could already be injured, so the exposed wouldn't really do anything. You could also just not catch up to the survivor. Sometimes, I mean, again, it is a minute, which is a very long time. And it still has that 80-second cooldown. On average, you'll end up using this perk like maybe once or twice per game, and then get nothing else out of it. But there are some benefits to it. If the survivors don't touch the gen for the full 30-second duration, that's 30 seconds. The gen's just progressing on top of the 5%. So you get the default 5% regression, and then there's other perks that stack on top. Any gen kicking perk, pop, overcharge to a degree, eruption. Survivors become exposed for 60 seconds, and even if they are actually injured, you can still get value from it just because of the fact that they can't really there's no point for them healing within that 60-second frame. If they do heal, you get an insta down. If you find them, if they're injured, they still go down. So they're somewhat out of commission for 60 seconds. So, like, this perk it's best. It's not super versatile. It's best used on killers like Wraith, killers like Sadako, any stealth killer that can capitalize on patrolling. That can patrol well and stall. Nowadays, though, it's really difficult to stall. Holding 3 gens is more and more difficult as time goes on. The devs keep nerfing it, which is good. Nerfing 3 gens is good, but that ultimately makes any gen kicking perk a bit worse. Realistically, though, you still have 8 chances to kick a gen. You're not gonna proc this perk more than 8 times. So like even with the limitation of how many times you get to kick a gen, it doesn't really affect it that much. Any killer that struggles to stand their ground and consistently keep their footing in a match, like any basic M1 killer really, like Trapper for example, can use this perk well, and any stealth killer, like I said, can use this perk even better. It gives them like the leverage they need early on where they would otherwise fall behind. So scenarios where like a Wraith kicks a gen, goes away, comes back, gets an instant on a survivor, those kinds of scenarios, especially on good maps, can really let this perk shine, and it carves out a bit of a niche that honestly makes it a pretty viable option to use on these killers, even if it has fallen a bit behind, even more so than it was before, because you can't kick gens as efficiently anymore. You can't stall as long as you could. Other perks like pain res and other passive slowdown / stalling are just better. So even though this perk has fallen a bit behind, I still think it can be quite a solid option. As I discussed, the best perks that Dragon's Grip goes with are pretty much any gen kicking perk like Eruption, Call of Brine, Pop, Nowhere to Hide, and then any sort of lethality perk like Coup de Grace, Rapid Brutality, sort of Rapid Brutality, not really, because Rapid Brutality only works after you get a hit, so maybe more so Coup de Grace and like play with your food or something. But lethality perks in general help you get the insta down because it makes it easier to get the insta down. And then any sort of disruption perk or blocking perk like Bamboozle, again, just lets you get the insta down better. Pretty basic stuff. You generally want to use this on stealth killers, the best build to use it on is probably something like this. Dragon's Grip pop, just because of how good pop is. Discordance to know which gens you need to be popping and pressuring with Dragon's Grip. And then, again, you want to generally use it on Wraith or Sadako. So, probably Corrupt is good, just because it's really strong on them. If you do want to use it on a non-stealth killer, like a Trapper or not Ghostface, Legion, or just some killer that would benefit from Dragon's Grip, but without using stealth, you could use instead Trail of Torment. And you would either get rid of Discordance or Corrupt, and it would probably look like this. Maybe Corrupt's a little bit better, so you might want to keep Corrupt, especially if you are actually playing Trapper. But something like this, if you're not playing a stealth killer, would be the best. But for today's build, again, add-ons don't matter. I'm using Swift Hunt. I'm bringing a Black Word because I only have one left. We're going to be using Corrupt, obviously. Then we're going to be using Pop. Bear with me. I get it. Pop's really strong. And then I'm going to use Make Your Choice, if I can type it. And then, what do we think? We could just use Discordance. Or no, actually, let's use Nowhere to Hide. So, 3 gen kicking perks. This will allow me to pressure gens really well. Nowhere to Hide will let me know if survivors are around, so that way I can pretend like I'm leaving and capitalize on Dragon's Grip. Or if no one's around and I don't need to worry about it, I pop it and then it regresses for a bit. And Make Your Choice, because I'm a Wraith with Windstorm, I can move around the map so quickly, and these 2 perks will synergize, giving me constant insta-downs on people. So all of these perks together just kind of make like just a whole build. Family Residence. I tried to play one game just before this, and it wasn't a bad game, but I'm streaming this live on Twitch because Twitch Studio makes everything, all my quality, look so much better than any other video recording software I've tried, and no one watches my streams, so you're not giving up. Right. 3rd game, 3rd try, 3rd time's a charm, all the good stuff. Dead Dog Saloon, not a bad map. I'm gonna honestly start out by doing a bit of wreckage, so we can get rid of these. I tried one game, but someone was trying to scam me. I did another game and then someone DC'd immediately. So now we're trying again, and we're using Corrupt instead of Nowhere to Hide, because Nowhere to Hide wasn't really doing a whole lot for me. So let's see if this game goes normal. Really good Corrupt spawn here, by the way. Because these gens they're not hard to patrol, or excuse me, they're not easy to patrol. You're fucking joking. We're giving this build the 8th shot. We're on Area of Crows. This map is terrible. I don't want to play. I'm so upset. But we're gonna try it. Same point of the build. Dragon's Grip and Make Your Choice will just be some nice exposed perks that'll help me get some downs early on if I really need, or, you know, just give me a bit of leverage. Hopefully, if the survivor isn't A, subtle speed hacking, or 2, subtle speed hacking but with a little bit more speed. Corrupt will help me slow down the early chases, and Pop is just a good perk. Yeah, Bluetooth pallet stun into flashlight combo. He's still blinding me. What the fuck? Okay. I tried to lunge there. I'm not sure why it didn't lunge for me, but sure. Ace is right here, by the way. No pallet here. No pallet here either. That's surprising. And no pallet here either. Damn, okay. You kind of got gypped on the RNG. Corrupt's gone, so they can start working on gens far off in the distance. It doesn't look like they are. If I were to assume, they might be in main building. They were in main building. Ace is there. Where the hell did Vittorio crawl to? Right, I have no idea where he crawled to. I can't hear him. I'm going for Ace. He's gonna vault that window because he's gonna see that I'm trying to body block it, and then he'll panic vault it without thinking. And even if he had that pallet, I might have not made it, but he didn't have the pallet. It's on the other side, so I make the thing. Hook right here. I don't have to worry about defending a gen here at all because of Make Your Choice, so I can, or because they did it, so I can comfortably go out of range for Make Your Choice. Dwight and Vittorio healed. Again, I have no idea where. Oh, I see them. Alright, let's go for them. Unless Vittorio healed himself, but I don't think so. Alright. I'm gonna do this. Maybe David is going for the save. So I'm gonna kick that. I'm gonna sit right here. And in 10 seconds, Dwight or Vittorio is gonna touch that gen. There's David, so no one's even going for the save right now. Vittorio might be. If Vittorio got that save and then Dwight touched that gen, that would be perfect. That's Vittorio and Dwight at the same time. Perfect. This will be a down on Dwight. And even though we grab him and spend the time to hook him, we still have, right now, 45 seconds, probably 30 by the time I actually catch up to him, on Make Your Choice, so we can down the Ace, or the Vittorio. This is Ace, but we don't want him right now, do we? We're probably not going to find... Oh, there he is. Get this out of the way and see if we can catch up to him. I have Windstorm and Swift Hunt. Oh, perfect. No panic chop or anything? Only a little bit of time left. It could be hard for me to catch him. Yeah, I'm not catching him. I'm not getting the insta-down. He's faster than me. Why do the survivors always decide to speed up when I have insta-down perks? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I get robbed out of Make Your Choice because I'll keep rubber banding every time. Yeah, I rubber banded. That rubber band did stop me from getting the down on Vittorio. If I didn't rubber band, I would have downed him because I wouldn't have panicked this hard. I started panicking because I rubber banded and realized I wasn't going to hit him in time because he's just built different. We could try to come around here and maybe bait someone to touch that gen. Move out of my way. I'm going for David. So that way he can get the innate 5% haste bonus from getting exposed. There you go. Ace touched this gen. He's exposed for a minute. David's exposed for a minute. Body block the pallet so Ace can't get anywhere. And he goes down. And again, in theory, I have time on Make Your Choice, but I actually don't. But I actually don't. He's actually not even exposed on his screen right now. The exposure's already gone for him. What the fuck are you guys doing? David didn't want to heal the Vittorio that he unhooked because, well, he was exposed. If I went to go for him... Can you stop making me rubber band, Vittorio? If David were to heal the Vittorio, he would have gotten insta-downed. Because they would have obviously been healing for 16 seconds, assuming that they don't really have any healing speed perks or anything like that. So the fact that he was pressured into doing nothing because he was exposed with Make Your Choice gave me subtle value there. I honestly didn't expect to hit him. I just wanted the pallet out of the way, but the fact that he doesn't drop it means he goes down, so. Decisive strike out of the way, that's fine. I'm gonna avoid kicking that just because I don't wanna waste my Dragon's Grip. See, look, now he's actually healing Vittorio right under the hook. And he didn't do that before. Before he just immediately booked it, so. A bit unfortunate for Vittorio. These guys are probably all solo players, and the David just ran off without really even thinking. But I mean, you know. Alright, we're gonna hook him here, because chances are Dwight's on that gen. Maybe that gen, we'll check. We are Wraith with Windstorm, so I'm really fast. This gen, okay, perfect. If I had Nowhere to Hide right now, I would see him, but I decided to put on Corrupt instead of Nowhere to Hide, because Nowhere to Hide wasn't really giving me that much info. That's a hit, yeah, you can't do anything. Okay. I don't know why I was waiting out. Wait. No, I was waiting out Dead Hard. There's so many perks that deactivate when survivors do gens. For a second I was about to say that Dead Hard gets deactivated, but no, that's off the record. Whatever. We can, you know what, we can, yeah, I was about to say, we can kind of reel ourselves back a little bit, hold back, so that way we can, go for the person with make your choice. Oh, it was just David, wasn't it? Okay, good on him. He's gonna proc. Wait. What's she doing? That was a dead hard. Hi. I figured there would be someone here. Okay, well, I doubt they're coming back, so we'll just pick up this guy safely. Yeah, that's a down. You don't do that. What are they doing? Oh, good Sabo. But I still make it to this hook, and now I know where Dwight is. And now even if Vittorio gets a gen off in the distance, what does that do for them? One person's downed, I'm chasing an injured guy, like, what help does it really do for them? Nice. We faked going one way. I hid my red light, went the other way. He did have dead hard. What is going on? Was that the first hook? I wasn't paying attention. I think it was his first hook. We'll see here in a second. And that's make your choice on Vittorio, so maybe we can actually get him this time. No, okay, it was like his second hook. Or, yeah, it was his second hook that time. So what the fuck? Let's make your choice. And by the way, this game's super fast-paced, super, you know, a lot of make your choice, pop, whatever. But I just wanted to point out why Dragon's Grip, or like why I wanted to bring light to Dragon's Grip, and, you know, what this video shows. First of all, it got me a couple of downs. It got me a couple of downs that you wouldn't otherwise have gotten as easily. We're like, think about it, we're at 1 gen right now, and I got 2 insta-downs from Dragon's Grip. If I didn't get those insta-downs, they might have been able to get all of the gens done, just way faster. I'm sorry, I thought he might have dropped, I don't know why. Because I didn't hear him, and obviously he doesn't have balanced landing. But, we got 2 insta-downs, with it I'm pretty sure, which, otherwise, if we didn't get those otherwise, they might have gotten all the gens done, just because they've been doing gens super fast. And he was inside of me. I turned around. There was no way he could have turned that corner. So, but we get value from it because if we didn't get those insta downs, for all I know, they might have just been able to get the gens done quick enough. But especially if they get that one done, even with pop and everything. Because remember, you don't get pop until you hook a survivor, and you have to actually down them. So if I have to hit them twice, normally, then what can we do, you know? Plus, Dragon's Grip, when survivors touch the Dragon's Grip gen, they scream. So you know it happens, like you're aware of it. If you really need to, if they touch the gen, and you're like, I need to defend that gen, I need to defend that gen, you know it goes off. You know they're procced with Dragon's Grip. So it gives you the knowledge that it's on them. It synergizes with tons of kicking perks. When it actually does work, you can, well, it's an insta down, so that you don't have to hit them twice normally. If they let it regress for 30 seconds, that's 30 seconds of regression. That's a lot. It's all, everything that it does, every scenario has a benefit to it. If it procs and you get it down, well, that's an insta down. If it procs and they're injured, well, then that means they're like pretty much out of commission for 60 seconds. If it doesn't proc and it goes on cooldown, well, that's 30 seconds that the gen was regressing, and maybe even more because they didn't, you know, they're still regressing. They're not just waiting on Dragon's Grip by that. If like all scenarios that happens with Dragon's Grip has some sort of benefit to it. Obviously, the best case scenario, you would want Dragon's Grip to proc, and then you would want to get the insta down. But even if you don't get the insta down, you still got a bit of info. You still know that you need to patrol that gen because they're around, and you still know that they are insta down for a minute, so they're probably not going to want to do much. If you don't get anything out of it, the gen regresses. Like, every scenario that can come out of Dragon's Grip will help you in some way. And the fact that it synergizes with other gen kicking perks is, you know, Pop is a gen kicking perk. Pop is a really good gen kicking perk. The fact that Pop Goes the Weasel is so good, and the fact that it synergizes with Dragon's Grip brings it up a little bit, at least in my eyes. Because, well, you know, Pop is good, so if you're going to use Pop, you want to use perks that synergize with it. Kinda, not really. Pop is good enough on its own, but you can use perks that synergize with it. Dragon's Grip is one of those, so that brings it up just a little bit.